So welcome back to the channel that still doesn't know what it wants to be, but I'm hoping that in the future I will know what it wants to be. Anyway, the first thing I wanted to do was, a couple of videos ago, there's an explanation that I need to give to people who didn't watch the video to the end, which is that a lot of people were putting in the comments, like 20 odd people, put the word crevice in the comments, and it's because it's a Blackadder reference, where in Blackadder Goes Forth, Lord Melchard says that security is not a dirty word, not like crevice. Anyway, I said if anyone's seen the video to the end, they should pop a comment in saying crevice. And I just want to say thank you to all of those people, starting with Andy P, Todd, Stone City Outlaw, Usman Bashir, Rick Palmer, Phil H, Van City Fly Guy, Mark Dempsey, 996 Revival. This I can imagine is not riveting, but I want to say Casa 1969, Jonathan Forrest, Dom Squadrito, I hope I pronounced that correctly, M Wonder, and Coolcat 969. I want to say thank you to all of those people, and I really appreciate that you've watched it to the end. And I know that the algorithm works with engagement, so it's people who watch and then comment, and that really helps as well. So, and I'll give a little bit of an update on the channel in a sec, but let's get going. I am literally in the middle of nowhere. It's an abandoned house that I've parked in their driveway. So let's get off this muddy thing. I don't actually know where I am. But anyway, so welcome back. There's an overriding theme to this video. There's also a thing about, there's little things that I drop into videos which are things that I think I should keep out for separate videos, like the seat that I put in the back for my 2.5-year-old or 2 3/4-year-old daughter, and it's an off-the-shelf seat that costs £30. I'll do a separate video on that. It'll be a really short video. It'll be which one it is, how you fit it, and what it looks like and whatnot, everything about that. But this video, there's a couple of topics that I want to There's a couple of topics that I want to cover. The main one being, is it time to sell up on the cars that I already have? Now, I don't know if I want to sell the 911 because I feel like it's an ongoing story. But then at the same time, if I want to make a go of my YouTube channel, it's turnover of cars. Now, there have been some really kind people, Mark, you know who you are, and Lee Buckles, and a few other people who've contacted me and said that they would be quite happy for me to review their cars. There's a slight delay there because the mat got stuck under the accelerator. Also, I only went to 55 in second. Fourth. Yep. But I've been thinking, do I? Because that's the thing that I was going to do. I was going to buy the Boxster, the cheap as anything Boxster, and then I was going to do a review of it, keep it for a few months, and then just sell it. Hopefully get my money back, maybe even a little bit more, and then reinvest that in the next car, in the next car, in the next car. But I'm starting to think, hang on, should I be keeping hold of the 911? Should I be keeping hold of the 912? Should I be keeping hold of the MGB? Because in terms of content, I know I can ramble on forever, and you know, there'll always be videos about something, and mostly hopefully about relevant stuff, but it's the variety in cars that creates the audience, I guess. And I've been thinking, should I do that? Should I get rid of the 911? I really don't want to, and I think that's the overriding factor. Is I don't want to, because I like it too much. So it's not all about the just the video content. It's just that I love it. The thing I meant to say was I'm on a milk run. I have not been on a milk run or videoed a milk run in absolutely ages, and so I've always been going to Box and Gas or picking up the car from being repaired at Flax's Jacks or going to Cafe and Machine. So we're back on the milk run, and you know, I've been toying with that thought for a few days now. Is it okay? And then I watched a video, number 27, where he's talking about his Alpha 147, his GTA, and how he wants to get rid of it because he needs to turn over cars. And I thought, you know what, I've been thinking that exact same thing. But I think it needs to be the Boxster. The Boxster is the thing that's going to create the next level of content, but I need to find one for the right price, and then I'm not generating any money, so that Boxster is going to be quite a big chunk out of my savings, or I'd have to buy it on a credit card. I'm not like a Hoovies who did that when he first started. He bought cars on his credit card because he's marketing a different audience, and you know, his audience blew up massively, so he was, you know, did really well. God, the roads are so bumpy. But so those are the things that I've been wrestling with, and I was thinking, well, the MG is probably the one that would generate the cash because it's in storage and I don't use it, and I haven't used it in so long. Then there's the 912, which would be the most budget. It would give me the most budget, but I'd never be able to buy one again. Or would I? That's another thing. I'm jumping around topics again because so many of them are for sale, and they're asking, you know, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, and then you look at them and go, some of them are nut bolt restoration, others aren't. They're, you know, kind of usable plastics. But then when you think about it, you know, the data, if you were to use data, well, how many of those are selling at those prices? They're not. So is my 912 worth anything more than I paid for it, which was £30,000? 30,200 and something or other. Is it worth any more than that? I'm not sure it is. Admittedly, it drives a lot better. And when I see the cars going on the market where I bought mine from, the online auction, classic car auction site based out of Abingdon, then I go, well, actually, those cars are going for really decent prices. And that's where I got it. So in theory, now that mine drives so much better, it's got so much more stuff on it, that works, it's got a better history, so surely it would sell for more, and that money would then help me take the next step with my YouTube channel. And I don't want to get sentimental about it. I probably am about this one because it started the whole journey. So that's the stuff that I've been thinking about, and I don't think I've come to any conclusion, apart from that I really don't want to sell this one because it is, it's so accessible. I can just jump in it and go anywhere and have an amazing time, get so much satisfaction from driving it. Whereas the MGB and the 912, they're in storage and I can only drive them at certain times of the year, whereas this I can drive all year round, all that stuff. So no conclusion on that, and I think it's something that I'll have to think about, and probably it will be the next video that I do. Not the next video, next few videos where I'll come to some conclusion, unless I've found a Boxster and then I can buy it and sell it and, you know, start generating a bit of income. I don't know how that would be. I'm nowhere near getting 1,000 subscribers so I can turn monetization on. I've got 4,000 watch hours, and I wouldn't know what that would generate. Probably, you know, £1 a quarter. I don't know. So I need to think about that. And another thing, which is slightly off topic and kind of on topic, off font topic. There's a whole load of junk in my garden. So when we moved to the house, the previous owners left a whole load of stuff. And it's an old shed, it's an old trampoline, it's a roof box, it's God knows, it's just tons of stuff. I've just had a quote for getting it cleared, and you know, it's hundreds of pounds. It's about £500 because the guy's got to, you know, come and pick it up, then he's got to pay to dispose of it. Whereas if I took it in my car, whatever car that might be, I can just take it to the civic amenity site, the tip, the dump, and it's just my time. So I'd have to load it up, but I can't do it in the golf car because I'd have to take out the children's seats, and I don't want to wreck the inside of that car because the car's in pretty good nick. It's immaculate. I can't take it in this car because there's just not enough space. I can't fit the stuff in, and the MG and the 912 are in storage. Although I did go to the tip to take some, you know, green waste to the tip, and it was when I was taking it back to storage, and so I've put it away looking pretty disgusting. It's got tons of grass and God knows what else in it. But what I was thinking was, instead of paying that £500, what if I bought a £300 estate car that just has an MOT and it works? And then I pick it up, insure it, tax it, I keep it for a month, I get rid of everything from my garden, maybe help some other people out clear their gardens, because at the moment, you know, no HGV drivers, the council pickups aren't happening of green waste, that kind of stuff. Help some other neighbours out, get rid of their stuff, and then in a month sell the car for the same money, if not a little bit more, and try and be cost neutral on clearing my garden. And then it's my effort. And the things that I'm looking at, my wife's not too keen on, because they are, I looked at a Volvo, 1984 Volvo 240 DL, I think it is, but it's multicolored. It's got different colored panels on it, and she just said, I can't, why would you, don't do that to us. Whereas I think it'd be quite cool. I would really like that. So I'm thinking about doing that, and I think that would work. I think that would be a great idea, because I do miss not having a tip-run car, or a car that's you could just throw anything into. Because at the moment, obviously, with having small children, you've got car seats in the Golf, you can't fold the seats down. If you take them out, they're so big and bulky, the seats, because it's the spinny one where you put my 2-year-old in, and then you spin it to face forward. When she was a baby, you spun it to face backwards, that kind of stuff. And where's this lorry driver going? And so it's big and bulky, and I don't want to take it out. Where would I put it? I've got no garage, so then I have to take it back in the house. So I'm considering that option of buying a really cheap, and you know, there's other ones I missed out on. For £350 just down the road from me, there was a 2-litre Ghia Mondeo estate for £350 with MOT, and they've got massive mileage. It's like 280,000 miles. I'd love to know what a car with that much mileage drives like. I don't know how riveting the content will be on YouTube, but I'd give it a go. Mildly interesting for a few people. Anyway, that's the thing that I'm currently playing with. So watch this space. The next video will be about the car seat, unless I do that first. I might have already done that, so ignore that if that's already happened. So that's where my thinking is at the moment. I'm no further on in terms of earning any money or what I'm going to do career-wise, but I'm kind of, this week is not pivotal, but there'll be time for me to think. But I've got a whole load of stuff going on around the house as well, so I need to do those things. But anyway, watch this space. I should give another word at the end. Another word for anybody who's seen the video to the end. And I think it's got to be something that goes with the word crevice. So the word is moist. So if you've watched the video to the end, just in the comments, put the word moist. And that's just literally just popped into my head. So not moist crevice. You're not allowed to put moist crevice because that might get me banned off YouTube. Just moist. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Tune in next time.